It's time now for Countywide, a special presentation of Yavapai Broadcasting News. Join News Director Paul David and News Editor Philip Catalfamo as they talk with our community's leaders, newsmakers, and people in the know. You'll hear about the hot topics in Yavapai County that affect all our lives. And now here's today's Countywide.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Countywide. I'm your host, Philip Catalfamo. I'd like to thank you for joining me. On today's show, we're talking resources, and my guest over the phone today is NACOG Regional Director Terri Drew. Terri, thank you very much for joining me.
Thank you so much for having me. I think it's an important time for us to share information with community.
Could not agree more, Terri. So you are the Regional Director of NACOG, so I want to start right off the top. What is NACOG?
NACOG is the Northern Arizona Council of Governments, and we're a membership organization representing local governments. Our board of directors includes the elected officials from Apache, Coconino, Navajo, and Yavapai counties. That includes city council, boards of supervisors, mayors, and members of the public. So we're a four-county regional membership organization.
And you can find NACOG at www.nacog.org. That is their website. All of their resources that we are going to talk about today, you can find on that website. Again, www.nacog.org. So, Terri, right now we're going through quite an interesting time, a very, very weird time. We've got this COVID-19 pandemic going on. A lot of people are currently out of a job, soon to be out of a job, or are struggling right now with their businesses. So let me ask you this. How can NACOG assist small businesses right now during this time of crisis?
Well, thank you, and that's the question that we're answering and we're trying to improve upon every single day, because every single day we're having a change in our labor force. So currently under the Yavapai at Work, which is under the umbrella with the Yavapai County Board of Supervisors and managed through the Workforce Development Board, we're offering services through the Workforce Investment and Opportunities Act. It's important to know and understand that workforce investment programs first were enacted during the Great Depression, and they were enacted to assist the economy with maintaining a healthy quality and status for individuals. So in good times and in bad times, workforce investment is an important partner. In good times, we're trying to grow and develop and train individuals to meet local demands. And in challenging times, we work to help families maintain the status quo, help them to continue to pay their bills and be productive citizens. And one of the critical opportunities we offer is case management. During this time, folks have a lot of barriers to employment, a lot of barriers just to sustaining themselves on a day-to-day basis. And so we have a team of folks that are ready and available to walk you through and assist you with any barriers to employment or training. And more specifically for employers, and so I'll talk about our employer base right now. The current employers that we work with countywide, none of them have laid any folks off. And none of our folks that are subsidized through our workforce program have been laid off at this time. So I think that's all good news. The Workforce Investment Board offers a gamut of services. And for clients, I'll start with, we pay for training. And so in these interesting times, we can help assist and afford the cost of training. If you're at home and you're online and you can access training, or if there is a training facility that's out there to assist you, this is a good time to build your resume. This is a good time to build your skills and abilities so that you can take other jobs that are going to be coming available. We also do the job placement that I mentioned. We currently have positions open for production workers, transportation, delivery, stocking. We're working with in-demand industries to help identify what their needs are and help bring folks to those places of business to, like I said, keep our economy going.
Well, like you said about keeping, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but like you said about, keeping the status quo, right now there are a lot of people who are really worried that they might lose their job or lose hours. And like you were just talking about, there's a lot of resources to help those people out to sort of sustain their life until this crisis is over.
Absolutely. And, fear is probably our worst enemy, and so we work really hard to keep a positive thought, and a positive thought for everybody who has the ability and opportunity to work or to be productive. We're encouraging that they do so. Of course, we have to follow all the safety measures, and a lot of the employers that we're talking to now have very safe environments, that they're guaranteeing safe environments in some cases to help folks come back to work. And these positions and jobs are not just temporary jobs. They can be temporary until people go back to their original employer, but they're also offering permanent, long-term quality jobs.
You mentioned to me when we first started talking on the phone here that you guys have job orders. Can we talk a little bit about that?
Sure. And like I said, we've been pushing out there to the community. If you have essential jobs or business or industry, to please let us know what that is, and we will help with that job placement. And we thought we would hear more from grocery and retail, and we're hearing more from manufacturing. And so there's several manufacturing companies in Yavapai County who have a demand for labor. And so those are some of those production workers. These employers are willing to train. Part of the opportunity that NACOG offers is that we assist the training expense with and for employers. So it's a great opportunity, like I said, to either be exposed to a new industry, to keep the income coming in, and to keep a little bit of sanity.
Yeah, well, we definitely need sanity, especially right now. It is just such a weird time, being away from everybody, driving around in the streets here in Cottonwood and not seeing as many people out. It's such a weird time, but it's nice, organizations like you guys, again, www.nacog.org. You guys do as much as you can to sort of keep the boat floating for some of these, regular citizens who are struggling right now.
Exactly, and something that I want to make sure that folks know is that our services are available online, so you can go to NACOG.org. You can also, if you're interested in unemployment insurance, you can go to azui.gov, and you can start that process from home. You do not need to travel into centers. All of our one-stops, we have one-stop locations throughout Yavapai County, in the Verde Valley on Cherry Street, and Prescott Valley on Bob's Drive, and in Prescott on Marina. We have those service centers, and the Verde and Prescott Valley sites are open currently, so you can come in and speak to somebody about job placement or unemployment insurance. And then, like I said, we're online. If you want to register for work, the Arizona Job Connection is an on-site access point as well.
So Arizona Job Connection, AZUI for people who are unemployed, and also NACOG.org. Hit up those websites. So if I am somebody looking for one of those jobs, do I contact the employer? Do I go look in the classifieds? Do I call you guys? What do I do?
Probably all the above. Please give us a call because we do have available job orders. We do have a system for working directly with employers where we pre-screen individuals and refer them out for appointments for interviews. So please give us a call, 928-778-1422, and we can help you countywide. So please give us a call, and we can connect you to those employers that we have. You can also go on the Arizona Job Connection and other search engines to find available jobs.
Again, that is www.nacog.org. If you are currently struggling right now with your small business and or that you're unemployed or you're afraid you might be unemployed, please go check out their resources. They've got a lot of stuff to help you out. Again, www.nacog.org. We will continue our conversation with NACOG Regional Director Terri Drew on the other side of this break. Countywide will be right back right after this. Don't go anywhere.
Starting in the late 1920s, Grandpa Gettle and his brothers laid the groundwork for what would become a family legacy. Almost 100 years and 100 patents later, Gettle's High Desert Mechanical continues to raise the bar of quality heating, cooling, and plumbing products and services in the Verde Valley.
Call Gettle's High Desert Mechanical Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing at 567-2200 or online at GettlesHDM.com, providing solutions for your comfort. Don't settle, get Gettles.
Hi, this is Greg at Verde Solar Power. You know, Arizona has lots of clean, renewable sunshine, and we want to help you take advantage of it with our quality solar installations, and we offer to beat any written offer on a residential solar electric system. So bring us your electric bill and let us show you how solar power will save you money. We're located conveniently here in the Verde Valley and are dedicated to helping the valley go solar. So remember, the energy solution comes up every morning.
So I just moved in with this family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that. That's disgusting. Oh, poop already. You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
Orkin has pest control down to a science.
When your business chooses Orkin's Precision Protection Program, you get a tailored pest control program for your specific industry and environment.
Your business can benefit from over a century of experience, training, and scientific knowledge that define the Orkin man.
Maximum protection, minimum exposure, backed by one of the industry's most comprehensive guarantees.
Choose your locally owned and operated Northern Arizona Orkin and get more than an exterminator. Get an expert.
Want to welcome you back here on Countywide. Of course, we are doing things a little bit differently, so we have a guest here in studio over the phone. It is NACOG Regional Director Terri Drew. We were talking about some of the resources that are available through the NACOG website, www.nacog.org, for all your help. If you're somebody whose small business is struggling, you're currently unemployed, you're afraid you're going to be unemployed, or you're looking for work, again, contact NACOG, www.nacog.org. Their phone number, 928-778-1422, and the Verde Valley number, for those who are a little closer, 928-649-6869. I'll read those numbers again at a little bit later. So, Terri, Governor Doug Ducey released an executive order regarding unemployment. Can we talk a little bit about that?
Yes, please, and I think it's so important. And something that I've been waiting for. Folks talking with me last week knew that I was waiting for a definition of the new unemployment guidelines from Governor Ducey, and I'm grateful to his office for putting this executive order out. It includes some eligibility opportunities for unemployment. So it's not traditional unemployment. There are new rules for our current circumstances, and it includes services and benefits to individuals with COVID-19 effects. And so some of those effects might be a reduction in hours or wage. So if you're working fewer hours and that affects your wage, you would be eligible for this temporary layoff assistance. For individuals who are quarantined and do not have paid leave, for individuals with family members who are infected by COVID and they need to care for that family member. Also for individuals who have vulnerable family members at home that may present a problem if they're outside the home and bringing risk back to their family. It also includes individuals for any other scenario that are separated from work for reasons related to COVID-19. So that's just really important, I think, for folks to know that there is an arm being extended from our great state.
You know,
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead, Terri.
Yeah, per the executive order, the Department of Economic Security shall waive the following requirements for unemployment applicants, and there will be no waiting period, and there will be no requirement to be able and available to work. Of special concern, the governor's executive order adjusts employer contribution rates for UI. So I want to make it very, very clear for employers that unemployment claims will not be counted against employer accounts. So there will be no employer penalties. I know that a good number of the calls that we're receiving are from employers with that concern. And so, of course, where there's concern, there's sometimes hesitancy to have folks go ahead and go on to unemployment. So let that not be a barrier any longer for employers. We're relieved to hear that news. The UI order is retroactive to March 11th. So anybody who started a process of layoff back to March 11th, you would be eligible. And then the governor's executive order notes that it will be in place until further notice.
I think Go ahead.
Really important for folks to know. If you need that assistance, it's available to you, and it's available under certain circumstances through this executive order.
Again, this is NACOG Regional Director Terri Drew. And Terri, we talk a lot right now. Facts are a huge thing, especially around a crisis. People getting misinformation all the time. What are some unemployment myths or just myths in general that are going around right now regarding COVID-19 and people trying to keep their lives afloat regarding unemployment and small business?
Yeah, I think it's really important to know because, of course, we have so much diversity in our county and our country and in the world. And sometimes people rely on or they'll decide to wait and hold for unemployment insurance. And I think it's just really important to know and understand that the current, and I'll emphasize current, maximum benefit for unemployment in the state of Arizona is $240 a week. And that's roughly $960 a month. And that's for high wage earners. So if you're a higher wage earner, I should say, that would be your maximum benefit. That is not a sustainable household income, so please look at that with wide eyes. Don't count on this to sustain your living as you are. UI is an assistance payment. It's intended to provide you assistance. It's not intended to carry your household, and especially in the circumstances that you are now. My message is if you can work and you want to work and you need assistance, to please call NACOG. The Department of Economic Security is the unemployment benefit administrator. Their offices are in our Yavapai County one-stops. The one-stops are in the locations I mentioned earlier in Cottonwood on Cherry Street, in Prescott Valley on Bob Street, and on Marina in Prescott. So stop in those one-stops and have conversations with folks, and do understand that if you need assistance, it is available for you. If you need to sustain a household and you're able to work and, of course, not sick, please reach out for job placement services as well.
What about unemployment insurance? Can we talk a little bit about that?
Sure. So the unemployment insurance are those payments that I just mentioned, and something I neglected to mention and is important as well. I know that there's talk and discussion, nothing included in the executive order, but there are discussions about the state of Arizona raising the minimum weekly payment, that $240 a week. Like I said, it's not a great amount, but unemployment never was and continues to not be intended to carry households solely.
Well, I think even just improving that small amount of 200 to maybe 3 or 4 could really help some people out. But you do make a good point saying that, even the unemployment insurance is just there to help you kind of keep afloat. It shouldn't necessarily be something that you rely on for your main source of income at this time. That's why, again, go check out NACOG, www.nacog.org, NACOG.org. Give you the phone numbers again, 928-778-1422. And then for the Verde Valley, it's 928-649-6869. Terri, I noticed on your website, this is kind of deviating a little bit away from the coronavirus talk. Area of aging. Can we talk a little bit about that?
Sure. I'd be happy to. And I'll preface my comments by stating that Mary Lutka is the director for the Area Agency on Aging, and she happened to provide some information internally, and I'd be happy to share any of that information that's specific to your questions.
Yeah, I just kind of generally, just what is the area of aging?
Okay, the Area Agency on Aging is pretty much what it says. It's a program and service that caters specifically to older Americans, and that includes lots of us, because I believe their age limit is 55 and older.
Okay. And then what about the Head Start? I know that that's currently not going on, but it is something, and it is a service that you guys do offer. So hopefully whenever we get out of this crisis, people, if they need this service, they can look at it. Can we talk a little bit about Head Start?
I'd be happy to. And our Head Start director is Jennifer Brown, and she has a big job. And so when you think of the Head Start Center, it's not a daycare center. It's a school. And so they function much like a school. And like all of the programs at NACOG, we're driven by federal rules and regulations. And the federal funders for Head Start have closed all Head Start centers. So currently all 31 Head Start centers and early Head Start sites are closed. Our management team at the office and our Head Start managers, they're teleworking for the most part. Our center directors are on site for a few days, triaging families and staff. Some will continue to telework, but many do not have the capacity to work fully. When you consider NACOG and our Head Start or any of our programs, we're 4 counties, and some of our communities are quite remote compared to a Cottonwood or a Prescott Valley. Some of our communities are quite remote with limited services. Our mental health consultants, Jennifer reports, are available to triage any staff member or family members as needed. Some of the school districts need support with meal prep and delivery, so our staffs are being asked to support that cause. Our staffs are not allowed to participate in child care. And then we're currently undergoing an internal recruitment process for a new contract year at NACOG and the Head Start program. And we have a wealth of information on our social media sites for staff and families.
We're going to take a quick break. Terri, I'm going to have to jump in here real quick. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to continue our conversation with NACOG Regional Director Terri Drew when we come back on the other side of this break. Countywide will be right back. Don't go anywhere.
Starting in the late 1920s, Grandpa Gettle and his brothers laid the groundwork for what would become a family legacy. Almost 100 years and 100 patents later, Gettle's High Desert Mechanical continues to raise the bar of quality heating, cooling, and plumbing products and services in the Verde Valley.
Call Gettle's High Desert Mechanical Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing at 567-2200 or online at GettlesHDM.com, providing solutions for your comfort. Don't settle. Get Gettles.
Hi, this is Greg at Verde Solar Power. You know, Arizona has lots of clean, renewable sunshine, and we want to help you take advantage of it with our quality solar installations, and we offer to beat any written offer on a residential solar electric system. So bring us your electric bill and let us show you how solar power will save you money. We're located conveniently here in the Verde Valley and are dedicated to helping the valley go solar. So remember, the energy solution comes up every morning.
So I just moved in with his family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that. That's disgusting. Oh, poop already. You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
Orkin has pest control down to a science.
When your business chooses Orkin's Precision Protection Program, you get a tailored pest control program for your specific industry and environment.
Your business can benefit from over a century of experience, training, and scientific knowledge that define the Orkin man.
Maximum protection, minimum exposure, backed by one of the industry's most comprehensive guarantees.
Choose your locally owned and operated Northern Arizona Orkin and get more than an exterminator. Get an expert.
We are continuing our conversation here on Countywide. I want to welcome you back to the program. On the phone, I have with me is NACOG Regional Director Terri Drew. Terri, we've covered a lot of things. Obviously, if you guys are struggling with unemployment or you have a small business that is in danger right now or you're worried something bad might happen because of these uncertain times, NACOG.org, www.nacog.org. Go check that out. Again, the number is 928-778-1422. For the Verde Valley, it's 928-649-6869. They got a lot of resources for you. Terri, 211 is a sort of new program that Governor Ducey introduced. Can we talk about that?
Yes, Governor Ducey announced the launch of a new statewide COVID-19 hotline through a $2 million funding provided by the Arizona Department of Economic Security. The 211 Arizona hotline is a crisis response network. You can both gather information and get answers to your questions on the 211, so just dial 211. Please note that it's available in English and Spanish, and they have folks available to answer questions about how to prepare and prevent COVID spread, testing for COVID-19, who's at high risk, what if you get sick, what about our animals, and then they have websites with the applicable updates as well.
All right, Terri, we've got just a couple minutes here. Do you have anything else you want to talk about before we wrap things up?
Yeah, as we wrap up, I say to everybody, be resilient, plan for the future. The future's tomorrow. Plan for the unforeseen because we don't really know what's coming, and plan a service that helps your neighbor. So at this point, all of us offering what we can to our friends and neighbors, business and industry, see what you can do to make a difference.
NACOG Regional Director Terri Drew, thank you very much for taking the time to talk with me over the phone. Again, NACOG.org, NACOG.org. Phone number is 928-778-1422. For the Verde Valley, 928-649-6869. Again, Terri, thank you very much for coming on.
Thank you so much. Be well, be resilient, be healthy.
That's going to do it for this episode of Countywide. I want to thank you very much for listening. I'm Philip Catalfamo, wishing you a very safe rest of your week, and we'll talk to you again next time.